Hello and welcome to Record Wrap, the Adventist Record News Podcast. It's Thursday, August 28th. I'm Juliana Muniz.
And I'm Ashley Jankiewicz.
This week, Adventists unite nationwide in the fight against family violence. A new Faith FM series shines light on women who changed history. And a sanitarium team steps out of the office to lend a hand where it's needed most. But first, Ashley, can you tell us what's making headlines this week?
14-year-old Valeria Gutierrez, an Adventist high school student from Bolivia, has been selected as one of 65 teens aged 14 to 16 from across the world to participate in a scientific expedition to the North Pole. The research trip will take place on a nuclear-powered icebreaker, a ship designed for Arctic exploration. On board, Valeria will participate in workshops, interactive activities, and first-hand observation of the environment. Valeria highlighted that it was thanks to God, her family, and her Adventist school, who helped her to dream big, be disciplined and curious, and have faith. In other news, many view 10,000 steps as the ultimate daily goal, but often we struggle to reach it. However, new research has indicated that 7,000 steps may yield similar health benefits. Compared with those who only walk 2,000 steps a day, reaching 7,000 steps was linked to a 37% decreased risk of dying of cancer, a 38% decreased risk of dementia, and an overall 47% decreased risk of dying, among several other health benefits. Researchers say don't go back to 7,000 steps per day if you're already doing 10,000, because the benefits do continue to slowly rise. But 7,000 is an easier target for those struggling to gain their steps each day. Juliana, do you walk 7,000 steps a day?
I actually have a goal of 6,000 steps a day, so maybe not that good.
Yeah, maybe you should up it just by 1,000.
Do you know what 6,000 steps would do for my health?
Probably something. Better than 2,000.
You should listen to this podcast and walk at the same time. Glenn Townend told me last week he was listening to Record Wrap while cycling in his garage.
So challenge to our listeners, maybe walk while listening to Record Wrap.
That's a great idea. Now back to the South Pacific. Ended Now events brought Adventists together across Australia last weekend to discuss abuse, healing, and how churches can respond with compassion and action. In Sydney, more than 100 people gathered at Mountain View Adventist College on Sabbath afternoon, August 23, for a program featuring music, presentations, and open discussions about abuse prevention and support. In a presentation, psychologist Claire Marsh, manager of Adventist Counseling Services, explained the importance of breaking the silence.
Every time we offer compassion, we restore dignity. And every time we act, we move closer to ending it now. The church should be safe, not silent. So let us be a generation that sees the pattern and stops it. Let us be a church that reflects the heart of Christ, a heart that heals, protects, and uplifts. And let us be a community that says, no more, not here, let's end it now.
Alongside Sydney, rallies were also held in Melbourne and regional Victoria, where attendees donated go bags, emergency packs with essential items to support people experiencing domestic violence. The Go Bags initiative is a partnership between the Seventh-day Adventist Church and ADRA Australia, aiming to provide practical care for those starting over after leaving unsafe situations. 60 go bags were collected at the Victorian rallies. An online summit on YouTube and Facebook featured keynote speaker Dr. Paul Bogus and a live panel discussion. Organizers also launched a new End It Now website offering free resources, videos and guides to help local churches become safer spaces. Australian Union Conference Women's Ministries Director Pastor Sylvia Mendes said the initiative continues to grow and hopes it will lead to a better understanding of how the church can raise awareness and ultimately bring an end to violence. A new book celebrating the women of the Reformation has inspired a new Faith FM radio series. The book Like a Mighty Stream by author Sukishini Gunatileke features 20 short stories of women who stood firm in their faith and served others during challenging times. Following its release, Faith FM invited Miss Jankiewicz to adapt the book into a series called Stories from the Reformation. She's scripting and narrating the programs which explore the lives and times of the women featured in her book. The series is now airing on Faith FM and is also available as a podcast and on demand. Find the link in the description of this episode. A team from Sanitarium Health Food Company recently spent a morning volunteering at Soul Hub, a community organization in Newcastle, New South Wales, which supports people experiencing homelessness and hardship. 9 team members recognized for values-led service helped prepare food, serve meals, and connect with guests. Sanitarium CEO Kevin Jackson joined the group, rolling up his sleeves and chatting with locals throughout the morning. Sanitarium also donated 5,000 Australian dollars to Soul Hub, helping the organization to continue serving thousands of meals and providing essential services every week. The visit was part of Sanitarium's community care program, which supports food security and well-being across Australia. And later this year, the same group of award recipients will travel to the Solomon Islands to join an ADRA-led community service project. And that wraps up this week's episode of Record Rep. Thank you for tuning in.
Don't forget to visit our website at record.adventistchurch.com and follow us on social media for more updates and stories. You can also receive news straight to your inbox by subscribing to our weekly e-newsletter.
We'll be back next week with more news from around the South Pacific Division. See you then.
This is an Adventist Media podcast.